Welcome to another episode of Learning sCrypt tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you how to initialize and call stateful contract using sCrypt SDK. So let's first review what a stateful contract is. So basically, as we have seen before, using the all push transaction technique, we can maintain and propagate state in a Bitcoin smart contract. So the way we do it is to divide the log part into the code and state part. The code part is immutable, while the state part can be mutated. So another concept we want to introduce here is called Bitcoin script. So basically is so we have a language called sCrypt, right? So script is actually the low-level language that sCrypt compiles to, and it is a language that is actually embedded into Bitcoin transactions and send it to the mining network. It's a low-level language, and is very similar to assembly language for people who have knowledge in low-level details. So we have seen before in the output, we have a lock, and in the input, when we decide to unlock it, we have to provide a matching key. So in reality, at the lowest level, this is represented into script, in script. So the lock part in the output is called locking script, and correspondingly, the key in the unlocking input is called, unsurprisingly, unlocking script. So we provide the SDK, which help us to easily manipulate state in stateful contract. So let's go to the SDK again. From our homepage, sCrypt.io, we can scroll all the way down. We go to our GitHub main page, and from there we can click scryptlib. So this is basically our JavaScript SDK and also TypeScript SDK. So we have shown this in some other episode, for example, when we are trying to do unit tests. So in this video, I'm going to mostly focus on two sections. First one is this deploy and call function section. So we have seen before, you can build a contract class based on a sCrypt file, and then you get a almost equivalent class in JavaScript, and then you can initialize it with a new, then you can get a new contract instance. So we have just introduced a locking script. So basically you can get the locking script part by just using .locking script. And also if you want to call a sub-public function, you can just using the same name and then provide the same parameters. So this is the function call. And if you want to translate it to the unlocking script, you can just call .toScript. So now we know how to manipulate get locking and unlocking script. Let's go to another section called contract with state. So we are dealing with stateful contract here. So basically, for instance, we also offer some other accessors, for example, data part. So if you still remember, we divide the locking script, which is the lock, into a code part and the data part, which is also the state part. So here you can get the data part, you can access it, you can also set it. You can set the data part as well. How do you go to the code part? You can just .code part. You can get it. So let's look at one example. Again, we are using the counter example we have seen multiple times before. And here, once we have the equivalent JavaScript class called counter, which is basically a reflection of sCrypt counter, we can set the data to be essentially to the counter starts with 0. And then we can say in the new locking script, in the output, we can say the number because we're going to increment it. So we set it to be 1. And then we add this into the output. So we also need to get preimage as before, and set the context. After that, we can call it with all the correct parameters. This is going to return true. And if we put the wrong parameter, this is going to return false. So to review again, you can set data part, and also you can get the code part here, which which you will need in this when you write the unit test for counter. So I hope this is helpful, and hope to see you in future videos. Thank you.